Okay. I know in my review I said that I didn't care for Super Mario Sunshine. To be fair, I was comparing it to the other two games of the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection, and I stand by my assertion that 100% completing this game is an absolute nightmare and really shouldn't be attempted by anyone. However, after mulling on it for a little bit and really thinking things through, I still think that overall Sunshine is absolutely worth playing. It's still a good game with great original aspects, fun, creative areas. The good parts of Sunshine outweigh the bad, even if there is a lot of fluff there. All in all, Sunshine is a really solid experience with really colorful, creative level design based off a tropical island theme with a unique platforming mechanic. In a lot of ways, the game plays and handles better than Super Mario 64 with its acrobatic, with its added acrobatics, with the moves like the spin jump and the water slide, and being able to jump out of like the way you can like just slide down paths and jump out of them. Like, it's so well animated. It's so fun to do. It's so it's an absolute joy to move around in this game. In a lot of ways, this game probably plays the best out of every game in the collection, right? Mario has the most versatile moveset with the most things he can do, and the game's pretty open, and you kind of have to like figure a lot of things out, but doing that is memorable and fun for the most part. Like, again, there are like a number of exceptions to that. Like, I won't deny this game doesn't have I won't say this game doesn't have problems, but when the game is really, really good, when you're like cruising around on like goober bloopers, or when you're cruising around on like colored bloopers on the water, when you're like fighting bosses, when you're like going through these excellent like platforming segments, which are probably some of the best 3D platforming Mario has ever had, like you can't help but like regard this game as like a really, really great experience. A game well worth your time, well worth playing through, well worth experiencing, in spite of certain aspects about it that kind of hold it back a little bit. Like, again, this is nowhere near as good as 64. This is nowhere near as good as Galaxy, Galaxy 2, Odyssey, or I think even 3D World, honestly. Like, I think this is like probably the weakest mainline 3D Mario game, and that is kind of a shame, but I think it says a lot about how strong the Mario brand is in general, that a relatively weak title like this can still be considered like an absolute classic and one of the best games on the system, right? Like, plenty of people love Sunshine. Like, people who grew up with it, like, love the characters. They love the character designs. They love the areas. They love the locations. They love like the mechanics. They love like the weird stuff you do in this game, like where you go down to the bottom of an ocean floor to clean an eel's teeth. Like, isn't that awesome? Isn't that really, really creative? Doesn't that feel like something that might have come out of like Super Mario Odyssey in a lot of ways? Like, it has the same kind of personality. This game does kind of remind me of like an early version of Odyssey, to be honest with you. Like it has like a similar sort of. It feels a lot like Delfino could have been a kingdom in Odyssey, and I suppose for like hardcore fans of Super Mario Odyssey, hardcore fans of 64, like this is an absolute must play. Like, this is a game you're gonna have to play once you're through with those other excellent titles in the series. This is a phenomenal experience, well worth your time, well worth experiencing, and something that I hope will be continue to be played and enjoyed for years to come, regardless of its personal flaws.